In this lecture, we are going to be working on the blog portion of our website. So someone clicks on blog up top here, we want to take them to a page where they can see all the latest blog entries, and then later, if they want to, they can click on one of these individual blogs and read more. So the first thing that we have to do is set up a blog page, and this is going to be a great opportunity to teach you one more thing about URLs in Django. This one's really fun. So before we do that, I just realized over here our project's looking really colorful, which means, you know, we've done a lot of code and we haven't committed in a while. So let's open up our terminal here and let's make some saves to Git. Let's make a new commit. So I'm going to add all the files, then I'm going to commit them with a message of, you know, something like added bootstrap and jobs are showing up. Okay, that looks pretty good, and that kind of gets us reset to a nice point here. Let me go ahead and fire up that server one more time. Okay, so again, the question is, you know, we want to add this blog page. How are we going to do the URLs for that? Well, check this out. This is really cool. Open up your urls.py, and you'll notice the sort of hint on how to do this is up here in this explanation text. But basically what we can do is we can have a URL path which essentially forwards the request onto another urls.py that can be specific inside of that app's URL structure. So for example, anything related to blogs, I'm going to have be, if you have a /blog/, that's going out to the blogs app. And so how to do that is we're going to say path, and in parentheses you can see the code for it's right here. And in fact, they chose blog for this example, so it couldn't get more perfect than this. We just say blog, or in quotes here, blog/ and then comma. We want to do this include, and in parentheses we would say blog.urls. Now, a little bit different here. We want to, whenever they talk about the blog/, it's going to go over there. I was going to say, I thought for a second we have blogs with an S, but we did it with a single G, so that's okay here. I just want you to know, for example, if we were working with jobs, what that would look like. So let me put my ending comma there. But for example, if we were working with jobs, like maybe we would want it to say job/ and then this would be jobs with an S. Just remember, this has to be the name of your app. And then, you know, this could be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be job. It could say like gerbs or something if you wanted to. But anyways, that's how that works. So again, what happens when someone types in a /blog/, it's going to forward that over to our blog app. And so over here in the blog app, we're going to make a new file. Simply just call it urls.py. So there you can see it's got the exact same name of what we had before. And in fact, it's going to look very similar. So let's go ahead and delete this top comment up here. We don't really need all this documentation. And let's select all of this, copy, and then we're going to go over to our blog urls.py, and we'll paste this in there. And oh, I don't think I copied it correctly. So we go ahead and give this a copy. Save that file, and oh, I pasted it 50 times. I guess that was computer freezing. So we don't need to do this media root stuff. In fact, that's really going to mess things up. So let's delete that, which then means we don't need the static stuff. We don't need the settings. We don't need the admin. And in fact, we don't need the jobs.view either. So we're getting rid of all of that. And now we're just left with some URL patterns. So we do want, for example, there to be essentially like a home page for /blog. But rather than having it go to the jobs like we have here, we want it to go to the local views. So we're going to say from .views import. In fact, let's just do this. We're just going to say import .views. So now we can say, for example, inside of here, views dot, and then let's see, our blog. What should we name the function for showing all the blogs? Maybe like, yeah, all blogs. So we'll just say like views.all blogs, and let's give that the name also of all blogs. Doesn't have to be the same name, but sort of works out well that way. So then we can go to the views.py here. Or excuse me, we need to do this for the views.py for the blog app. And here, this is where we do like a def, all blogs, someone pass in a request there, colon, and when we would return a render of the request, request, and also some HTML file like allblogs.html, okay? So this isn't going to work because we don't have, a allblogs.html yet, but let's go ahead and test this out because I just want you to see how the URLs, well, I guess we should create that first. So let's, inside of blog, remember if we're going to create templates, you got to right click, new folder, and let's do templates/blog. Let's see if it makes the two for us. Yeah, it did. Okay, so templates, then within that directory, a blog directory, then a file inside of that, which is allblogs.html. And let's just say all blogs here so we know what file it is. Okay, so we'll save that. And now if we go to our website and do a /blog, just like that, oh, things are not looking good here. We forgot to import include. So go back to the whole project level urls.py. So now there's multiple urls.py floating out there, and we need to import include. So I believe this is in from Django.url. So we're going to do a comma. We also need to import include. So we'll save that, and then let's reload the page here. Ooh, still not liking what we have. I did that import incorrectly. So let's go back to the views.py. No, the urls.py. So I forgot we want to do from dot import views. That's what we were looking for. Okay, save that. Then reload the page here, and oh my goodness, template does not exist. Allblogs.html. So let's see if it's looking in the correct location for this. And we can see it's looking under /blog/templates/ this is what the problem was. So I forgot to, inside of my views, say blog/allblogs. Okay, there we go. And we'll reload that page. That works. So if you're wondering what that last bit was about, remember, because we put this, for example, in the blog templates, it's a blog directory, then all blogs, and down here we had like the jobs and then home.html. Again, the reason we did this is, let's say I wanted to, instead of naming this all blogs, I named it home.html. Then we could specify the difference between these two. It's like, oh, well, there's the blog/home, but there's also the jobs/home. Okay. All right, so now that this is in place, the question is then, and let me go, I think I might have lost this in the craziness of everything that was happening. So what's happened when someone goes to localhost/blog is it comes into our project here at the project level urls.py, and it says, oh, it wants blog, that matches. So I'm gonna forward you onto the URLs folder for blog, the URL file. So then it comes over to the urls.py that is for this app, and then it comes in here and says, okay, if there's nothing after the /, then I want you to show all blogs. And we're going to keep adding to this, but just know that's kind of how you can forward things on. And when your project gets bigger and bigger and you have more and more apps, this is going to be super helpful for you, because if not, this urls.py can get really big and really nasty really quickly. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a little work here to getting our blogs to show up in the right kind of style, right? Like we want to, have a similar look to the first page, but a little bit different there. So when we've got a bunch of files open, let me close a bunch of those. That will save us some space here. So let's open up our jobs home.html and just copy all the code that's inside of there. Then we're going to come back to our allblogs.html, and we'll just go ahead and paste that right inside there. So let's do a quick save and reload this page, make sure it's looking like the other one. That means we're in the right direction. Okay, and this is where we want to start tearing things down. So the first thing is, because we're at the blog, I think it'd be cool to activate the blog link at the top. So let's go into our code and scroll to the top here. And under our blog, we're going to add another class here. So space active, save that, and then reload to see, oh, cool, it's in white. This sort of signifies now you are officially, on the blog type of a thing. But then the next step for us is we want, to start looking like this. We want to show, that this is the blog and here are the latest blog posts. So let's get back to the code here. We're not going to get too fancy with what we're going on. So inside of main, just go ahead and grab everything. We're going to delete it all. And so then we just have some free space to work with. So the first thing is, let's go ahead and make an h1 tag that's going to hold our name of blog. So we'll go ahead and do this. And we want just a nice big blog right inside of there. You could do a little bit fancier here. You could say something like welcome to Nick's blog, something like that. So let's